The dog who ran into the dark. The city went dark at midnight. The alarms never sounded. And the only one who knew everyone was about to die was a dog no one wanted. The power went out. At exactly 11:47 p.m., the city lost its heartbeat. Streetlights blinked once, twice, then vanished. Neon signs died mid-flicker. High-rise windows turned black like hollow eyes. The silence that followed wasn't peaceful, it was unnatural, heavy, waiting. Cars froze in intersections, their headlights casting confused beams into nothing. People stepped out onto sidewalks, phones raised, searching for signals that never returned. Somewhere, an alarm tried to scream, but even that failed. Beneath the streets, far below the panic and confusion, pressure gauges trembled. Old pipes, laid decades ago and forgotten, shuddered under stress they were never meant to carry. Metal groaned softly, like bones bending. A gas line ruptured with no sound at all. No fire. No explosion. Just a silent release of something deadly into the dark arteries of the city. In control rooms, engineers stared at black screens. Backup generators hesitated. Emergency protocols failed to initialize. Technology, so trusted, suddenly felt fragile. Above ground, people complained about inconvenience. Underground, the city began counting down toward catastrophe, second by second. The dog no one wanted. Rex lay curled behind a maintenance depot, his body stiff from cold concrete and old injuries. His fur was peppered with gray, his left eye clouded and half blind. Time had taken more from him than it had given. Once, he had worn a badge. Once, he had run beside a man who trusted him with his life. That man never came back from the blast. Rex did, and no one knew what to do with the dog who survived. They called him unstable. Too aggressive. Too unpredictable. Words used when people are afraid of pain they don't understand. Now, he lived on scraps and distance. A janitor sometimes left food, never staying long. Rex didn't blame him. Attachment was dangerous. But when the blackout hit, Rex lifted his head instantly. His ears twitched. His body tensed. The air carried a memory, sharp, wrong, unmistakable. Rex rose to his feet, every instinct screaming the same word, danger. The scent of death. Gas didn't announce itself with noise or flame. It crept. It soaked into concrete and steel. To humans, it was invisible. To Rex, it was loud as thunder. He began to pace, claws clicking against pavement. His breathing quickened. His hackles rose as if facing an unseen enemy. Then he howled, not in fear but in warning. A long, aching sound that cut through the powerless night. A loose chain snapped as Rex lunged forward, sprinting toward the underground access tunnel marked restricted. Shouts followed him. Footsteps. Panic. Someone reached for his collar and missed. Rex vanished into the darkness without looking back. None of them knew that the tunnel led straight to the city's gas junction, or that the clock had already passed the point of mercy. 30 seconds. The tunnel swallowed Rex in darkness. Emergency lights flickered weakly, casting long shadows across dripping walls. Every breath burned his lungs. The smell intensified, thick, choking, familiar. His paws slipped on damp metal grates as he pushed forward, muscles screaming with effort. Each step echoed memories of another explosion, another night when the world turned into fire. Fear clawed at him, but training held. Rex reached the junction door. Heavy. Reinforced. Locked. He slammed into it with his shoulder. Again. Again. Pain flared, but the metal screamed louder. With a final, desperate charge, the hinge snapped. Rex stumbled inside, into the heart of the threat. The explosion that didn't happen. Inside the junction chamber, warning lights blinked red, barely alive on dying power. Gas pooled thick enough to taste. The emergency shutoff lever stood high, designed for human hands, human strength. Rex jumped, claws scraping metal. He fell. Got up. Jumped again. His teeth clamped down hard. Every muscle in his aging body engaged as he pulled with everything he had left. Above ground, pressure readings suddenly dropped. Engineers froze, staring at screens they didn't trust. The lever slammed shut. The flow stopped. The city inhaled, still alive. The last breath, and the first applause. Rex collapsed beside the lever, lungs burning, vision dimming. The danger was gone, but the cost was heavy. Rescue teams found him minutes later, unconscious but breathing. He was lifted with care usually reserved for people. By dawn, the story spread everywhere. News feeds. Radios. Screens once dark now filled with his image. The unwanted dog. The broken one. The hero who ran where machines failed. Rex survived. He walks slower now. Sleeps deeper. But his eyes are peaceful. At the fire station, beneath a simple plaque, he rests, knowing that once more, he did his job. Some heroes don't need permission. Some heroes don't make speeches. Some heroes smell danger and run into the dark anyway.